What's up, guys? So conditioning books is very important. It can actually bring you positive or negative feedback depending on how you handle it. So in this video, I want to kind of go over how I've done it and everything. That way you can kind of judge how you're going to be able to do it. Because there is a kind of an art to it. There isn't really a science to it or anything. And I think that discussing it is probably a very important subject to discuss when selling books on Amazon. So for those who don't know, my name is Garrett. I've been selling on Amazon for 3 to 4 years, or 3 years going on my 4th year. And this year I just did $90,000 in revenue. And I'll be coming out with a video discussing what that actually looks like. So conditioning books. When I started conditioning books, I was trying to put it at very good and like new as much as I possibly could. If a book, didn't look bad, I put it as very good. And if it was wrapped, I put it as like new. And this sounds like it would be the right thing to do. But what I have found is conditioning books is very, very subjective. And if you have to kind of understand that whenever someone buys something, they're expecting it to be better than what they're going to get. Always. It always is that way. They're always expecting a good book to be very good and a very good book to be like new, and a like new to be new. It's just the way, I don't know. It's just the way they look at it. So you got to be careful with it, So whenever I first started, like I said, I did that whole thing where I priced or conditioned everything at very good and new, and I kept getting negative reviews. I kept getting a whole bunch of negative reviews saying this seller said it was very good, or this seller said it was like new and it came like this. They found some detail on the book that to them justified it as not being the condition that I said it was. And so I struggled with that for a long time. And then eventually I came across a video that on YouTube by Romer the Romer. He pretty much said that, hey, conditioned books, all good. Just don't think about it too much, because you have to, especially if you don't have a prep center, you think about every book's condition so much, then you're kind of running into issues. You're kind of running into time issues where you're sitting there expecting a book like, all right, there's no highlighting, there's no underlining, there's no scratches, this and that, very good. And even if it is a very good book, across the board, there could be someone who disagrees, So Romer the Romer said that, condition every book as good. I would say condition every book except for acceptables. If it's an acceptable book, say it's acceptable, because that's a sure way to get a bad review, is to condition an acceptable book as good. But this streamlines your listing process. It takes a lot more thought process out of it. And also, if you have a wrapped book, I would even suggest you list it as good, because think about it. If you are someone who's ordering a good book, good used book, and you receive something that's brand new, the likelihood of you going on there and giving a positive review to that seller is a lot higher. And I've gotten so many positive reviews because of that. They said the book came better than what I expected, and just seeing that is a great, hearing that is a great feeling. Like someone actually took the time to, give you a positive review because you gave them a better than expected experience. And that's why, conditioning your books can really dictate how your positive and negative reviews are going to come. And, I feel like it's a very good sacrifice to make in order to get it to where you're going to get more positive reviews. Because even if I don't see a huge jump in sales whenever I condition a book as very good. I really don't. If someone's buying a used book, they're not really looking at the condition as much when they're purchasing. When they're purchasing, they're just like, I don't care, I just want to save money, I just need this book, so I'm just gonna get it used and get it done with. Now, when they receive the book is a whole different story, you know. Now the big ones that you don't send in, like, period, don't even list it as acceptable, is like if the spine is coming off of the pages. If that's the case, even a little bit, if you know, because they don't handle books good at Amazon. Like they're throwing them around, like the shipping's just throwing their boxes around. Like if it's just barely hanging on and it looks like the slightest page turn will pop it open, don't send that in. Don't send in water damaged. Don't send in missing pages for sure. That's a big one. Don't send in missing pages. Or like whenever it's sitting on the shelf, like if you can put it on the shelf, you've got books and you can put it on the shelf next to those books, and you can see it's like kind of like doing this thing where it's like bowing, and you can tell that it doesn't line up uniformly with all your other books. I wouldn't send that one in either. Just because people want to see the book on their shelves clean, you know. They don't want to be able to be like, see that book and be like, oh yeah, I bought that used, you know. And I think that those ones are the main ones where you're just like, don't even try it. Don't even try to send that book in and try to get by calling it acceptable, because a lot of people don't look at that as acceptable, you know. So that's the main things that I would say. Condition all your books is good. Make sure that you're not sending in less than acceptable books, and you know, you'll start getting more and more positive reviews. But let me know down in the comments below, like what are some of the worst books you've received. I know I've received some books that it just doesn't make sense why someone would say, yeah, it's all right, it's acceptable, or even some good books that were just falling off of the back of the book, like separated from the spine or completely, and they listed it as good. So yeah, let me know some of the horror stories that you've gotten from the Amazon, buying from Amazon or eBay, and seeing what you got from that. And if you want to know how I source from Amazon to Amazon, check out this video. We'll put it here. Yeah, we'll put it right here. And or actually, I guess it's going to be suggested. So check out the suggested video. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll catch you on the next one. Later.